y'all, welcome back to Knitting in Our Jeans.
Hi.
I'm Liz.
I'm Carolyn.
And you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as Toolizzforyou, Toolizzforyou.
And I'm cpredmor on Ravelry, and on Instagram I'm usually posting as Knitting in Our Jeans, and I did this weekend because we were down in Alexandria, and I showed you the trains going by our window and the few things that we were working on. In fact, I finished the tiny hats that I was working on. Yeah, English is hard. And we'll be showing you those. We were down to visit my mom. So happy Mother's Day to everybody to whom it applies. I had a very happy one, and I even brought up my cards.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, goodness, yes. So from my daughter, I got this one. And yes, the cats are upside down because they're hanging from the tree.
It's just cute.
Yes, it's just cute. But then
and I got her tea.
Yes, which I'm drinking.
It's
right here.
The Manor Blend from Clipper
Ships.
Tea shop out in Huntington.
I have it here.
Oh.
Yes. See? So that was my Mother's Day present. Then my husband.
Oh, God.
I love this card.
You're so excited about this card.
What can I tell you? When you get old, you gotta get your giggles where you can. So anyway, we love that card. I told him I'm keeping that card so when he's mad at me, I can just open it up and make him laugh.
Good.
Yes, 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 it is. So we celebrated Mother's Day with my mom twice. We drove like bandits after picking up on Friday to get down there in time for a 7 p.m. dinner. We got down there. Picked up my mom
6:35. We pulled into the parking lot at the hotel, brought one set of bags up because we needed room to put Grandma in the car.
Right.
And then got exactly to my grandmother's.
At 7 p.m.
It was like...
We had agreed on this time 24 hours before.
Yes.
And she always wants to be prepared. So she said, well, I'll be downstairs at 7 o'clock. Like, all right, whatever.
Great. Fantastic.
We made it on time.
We did. We did.
And that was dinner at my brother's house. And then last night we took a bunch of my nieces, nephews, and nephew-in-laws out to dinner also. So that was nice. With Grandma. With Grandma. They were also going to have a lunch with her today. But, you know, traffic between Alexandria, Virginia, and New York is just...
7 hours.
Hellacious. Yes.
We left at 9:30.
Yes, we did.
And we walked in the door at 4:30.
And this time, by leaving early, Maryland wasn't a problem. Going down, Maryland, I got off the Delaware Memorial Bridge in, what's in Delaware? What's the town? Begins with a W.
Wilmington?
Wilmington, yes. I want to call it Williamsburg, and I know that's not right. Wilmington, and immediately the car said, you know, it's a big slowdown in Delaware and Maryland. I suggest you go Eastern Shore. So we did, and it was great. It was a lovely way to drive. It's normally about 15 minutes longer, but that day it was a lot shorter in time, and we were going opposite of traffic. We got to drink in the shoreline. I thought it was great. So that was Friday, and your father got to see your building and your curtain wall. Yeah, I think it's really pretty. She said she wasn't sure.
I've been staring at this thing for over a year now in drawings, and it's a bit of a headache for us on the team. So just the fact that someone else said it's nice makes it worth it, because we're all sick of it by now.
So then on Saturday we picked up Grandma, and what did we do? We
went to brunch.
We went to brunch, yes. My niece Laura found a great place for brunch, and then the ladies went and did facials at Laura's.
Yep, at-home facials. It was great.
Yes. We
got Grandma involved this time.
Yes.
Oh, it was very exciting.
We can't get her to go to any place for a facial.
Or get her nails done.
No.
Or a pedicure.
No.
Nothing.
No.
And when we tried at Thanksgiving to get her to do facials with us, she teased us.
Yes.
Mercilessly the entire time.
Yes. So this time she did it, which was fun. And then we dropped her off at her place, and we went back to kind of rest until dinner time. And then we picked her up for dinner, and then we were at her apartment for a while, and then we went back and packed so we could leave right after church this morning, which is what we did. And we didn't run into problems in Virginia. There were no problems in Maryland. Delaware was pretty okay.
I slept most of
New
the time.
Jersey was fine. Staten Island wasn't bad.
The belt?
The belt. People were just running into each other because it rained. And it was raining on Friday, but it was coming in bands on Friday. So it would be dry, 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 and then just torrential rain. Today, it was just raining all day long. So that by the time we got back up to New York in the belt, standing water. A lot of standing water. So people were slowing down for that. But we must have passed, I'm thinking, at least 4 or 5 accidents. There's one where the guy is all the way over in the weeds over by the bay. I mean, he's heading in the other direction, and he's yards off the highway. So he must have been in a spectacular spin. So I hope he's okay. Leaving at 9:30 wasn't an answer, I guess, because it's Mother's Day. And by the time we got up north, it was late enough that people were trying to get to Mom or Grandma for dinner. So I don't know. I don't particularly want to miss church, but maybe the next time we're going to have to leave before church.
Maybe.
It's just one of those things. So we're going to have to see. So I don't know where we're going to be going back. With any luck, we're going to get the boat in the water this week. Keep your fingers crossed. And then we'll see what happens. And yes, we were planning to record last weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Ben came down.
Yeah, the boyfriend was in town, and the car, on Saturday, he hears a leak in my kitchen. Okay. He goes and investigates. As I'm about to jump in the shower. Like, this is after I've done my workout, he's about to, start doing something in the kitchen, and he hears a leak, and all of a sudden I hear, "Oh no," come from the kitchen. And I'm about to jump in the shower, and I'm like, "What's wrong?" And he goes, "Remember that piece that was replaced a year or so ago?" And and I was like, "It did it again?" And he goes, "Yeah." So,
did you take your shower?
I did take my shower because I was like, "Well, there's nothing we can do about it now." It was really frustrating because I really wanted to do my dishes. I really wanted to run the dishwasher because we had made a lot of dishes. And I needed my dishwasher to run so I could run it again, and I don't know. It was causing a lot of agita.
The connection to the dishwasher?
So, no, it's the cap on the side of the trap that, I don't know why it exists, but it does. Normal, every other sink I've dealt with does not have this
doodad
cap on, or this
doesn't
outlet.
Have this doodad. Okay.
So, we end up going to Lowe's on Sunday, and we thought we got a piece. Didn't get the piece. We also didn't stop by and pick up block pliers or, wrenches from Dad. So we couldn't even replace the piece. So Monday, when we were supposed to come over, we were a little bit on edge about being able to get both, because he had been parking in my parking spot, I wanted to be able to have my car with me after he left on Tuesday morning, after dropping me off at the subway. But in order to do that, then we had to get both cars over to the apartment, and one of them had to park on the street. And on a Monday, that's not always easy.
No.
So we were trying to figure out all the machinations for that, and how to get the pipe wrench, and how to get a new part, and so we got the wrenches. We ended up going and having dinner in Port Washington and meeting Mom and Dad at physical therapy, picking up my car, picking up the wrenches, and then driving back to my apartment. And we then realized that was when we realized the part was no good. So then we went to Home Depot, and they didn't have the part we wanted, but they did have the PVC part. So I now have a PVC pipe cap on it, and it fits.
Okay.
And it's not leaking, and
That's
I was
good.
able to run the dishwasher, and
That's
he was
excellent.
able to do some dishes, and it was very
Done.
happy.
We're just done.
We're so done. So yeah, that whole ordeal made it so that we didn't record, because then on Tuesday, I got home late, and then Wednesday you had something at school.
I did.
And Thursday I came out here. I had a doctor's appointment, and then you had another coworker's retirement
dinner
shindig. And then Friday we drove down to Alexandria.
That's right.
So, sorry we missed last week.
Yes.
It was one heck of a week.
Plumbing problems take priority.
Yeah.
You have a leak, it does. So
when you have a full dishwasher that you would like to run, and you cannot run it, and you have a sink full of dishes that need to be done.
Well, there are hand washing.
No, but I couldn't do that because the drain.
Got it.
The pipe cap was on the sink. Drain. And everything was connected above that point.
Got it.
Oh, believe
That's
me.
Frustrating.
I also was like, oh, I can hand wash. No, I can't.
In the bathtub?
I thought I was this close.
Okay.
I was this close.
Anyway, moving on.
Moving right along.
So, in her lap, she's got her American Girl doll that I had ordered way back when to match her.
Yep, they're blue.
So, it has her eyes and
formerly my hair.
Yes.
It has gotten darker since we ordered it.
Harry Potter Knit and Crochet Club for spring, I guess. Has started. And I re-upped again. I may not in the future because my charity projects had been hats for the Preemie Award, and they're not accepting them anymore. So I really had figured out a way to do classes by making these preemie hats and then donating them to the hospital. And, I really don't need a lot of little odds and ends that were made for classes, but I don't need them for anything else. So this is kind of my last hurrah, I think, for the Knitting Crocheting Club. Just because I've got no place to give
preemie
these
hats.
Preemie hats or little odds and ends. I mean, something that takes anywhere about 30 to 50 yards. So if anybody has a charity and that can use something that's knitted or crocheted that takes it 30 to 50 yards, let me know, and I'll keep doing it. That's something I can make for classes. Anyway, this I made as a hat for a class, so now I'm good for May for the Harry Potter Club, so I'll put that over there. And then we also played something called Quidditch, and okay, you can have that one. You can have that one. Where's?
Oh, she's down here. It doesn't fit on her.
No, it doesn't.
It covers one ear. It can be a jaunty cap.
Oh, you can put one on the other ear.
Oh my God, we have ear covers.
And then one on the tail. Yeah. So then the Quidditch was to make at least three of the same thing. So I made 3 preemie hats. And I actually took the picture with one hat there and one hat there. And had chocolate facing the camera. Anyway.
Yes, well.
So we'll see. But as I said, so if anybody has a charity that would take projects that take 30 to 50 yards, please let me know. And then I can continue in the Harry Potter Club. Because I just don't want to keep making just little odd. I did that the first season I was in it, and I got really disgusted because all of us have only a certain amount of time to put towards our projects and to be doing things that are little tiny subtractions of time. For me, is frustrating. So I really look forward to all your suggestions. I had my retirement party since the last time we recorded, didn't we? Yes. So my project time should be getting a little bit more because I'm retiring from full-time, going to adjunct teaching. So I have to look at my email after we finish recording to see if my one graduate student who I'm waiting on has given me a paper. And then I grade that, and I'm done with full-time teaching. And I'll be teaching 2 classes in the fall, one online and one hybrid. So I'll be in class 3 weeks, and then I'll be online with that. And then in the spring, it's just the online MBA class, and then I'm done. So, Yay is right. So I'll have more time for my project stuff and more time for sailing. So we really are excited about that.
Yes.
We still haven't decided on the next boat. We do know that we want a next boat, but we haven't found the one yet. So anyway, that's what I've been doing. I really don't think I have been doing much on any of these other projects. I have been doing some knitting here.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a bit longer, and I'm now, to the point where I'm doing increases. So I think when you block this, I'm doing increases for the hip or something. We'll see. Anyway, I'm increasing at this point. So maybe it's just a swing.
I think it might just be a swing.
Might just be a swing. So anyway, it's coming, and the color change is just about ready to start.
Nice.
So this will be really interesting in a couple rows. So you can see it right there. So I'll keep working on that. So I have done that. And then I have not been working much on this because the linen
Hurt your hands?
hurt my hands. So I had gotten to the point
Of decreasing for the armholes?
Yes, I've done some of the decreases for the armholes, for the front. The back is done. So I'd like to finish the front this week.
Without injuring yourself.
Without injuring myself, but, we'll see about that. And
Yeah.
then putting it aside and working on a sleeve next week, doing it piece by piece. So there's that.
So you have it done by Memorial Day.
Yeah, that'll be fun. And then, as I said, Harry Potter started up again, so
she's doing everything.
No, I didn't submit it out.
Oh, wow.
No, this is a mission, which is, and I said I'd be doing 700 yards.
Okay.
At least 700 yards of a garment. So this is the cotton fingering from Nerd Girl Yarns that, I don't remember the colorway. It was
Proton Pack.
Proton Pack.
It was
And
a random fandom.
I have ripped out that other sweater and this is the one that was left over. So I may have to alternate skeins because that is a very different color. All right, so we'll have to alternate skeins. This is the sweater I'm going to be doing, and we figured out that it would be at least 1,200 yards. I think we decided.
Okay.
So that, and it's size 4 needles, which I think I already put in here.
Okay, good, because I put them up here, and they're not here anymore.
No, I see they're not here anymore. They should be here, because I don't actually have them in the bag.
I have no idea what you did.
I've done it again, folks.
Yeah.
I have managed to sit here and lose something without here.
No, those I think are 5s. I don't think those are. Yeah.
Yes,
5s.
those are 5s. There are 4s up here.
There are. Because I put them here with the yarn that was here.
Anyway, we also have a couple magazines to talk about, and maybe they're under the magazines. It's possible.
I just checked.
Oh, yeah. Well, what about that one? Nope. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Such is life.
So I've been trekking away on my Winter's Noon Test knit. It's now available. I'm late. I'm sorry. But it's beautiful. The pattern is just so crunchy and potato chippy. And it's just so lovely to knit on. So that's that I've been working on. And I've also been working on my mystery knit along.
Oh, good.
My Game of Thrones mystery knit along.
Oh, that's
so
pretty.
I finished clues 1 through 4. And I picked up for clue 5, and I started clue 5.
I found them.
So, good. So this is what, if you don't want to see that, sorry, forgot to put a spoiler warning. I've been in the car for too long today.
Yes.
It was a long day. So this is my mystery knit. I do think if I knit it again, which I'm might, because it's quite lovely.
Mm-hmm.
I might make this section a little bit longer so that the sides are a bit deeper. But that's just a thought I'm having. But other than that, I haven't really been working on much else. My countercurrent, yes, I have, because I work on that, or I was working on that when I really wasn't feeling like dealing with the brain space and the pattern of anything else, because it's just garter. But I forgot to bring that, which is fine.
Okay.
And I've been carrying around the yarn for the Soldatna and the Sturgill because I want to cast both of those on.
But you need to finish some of
I need to finish some things first. I'm trying to tell myself that I need to finish some things
I
first.
don't feel guilty about casting a new thing on because it's part of my recycled yarn.
Yep.
So it's kind of a whip that the sweater it was in was not
flattering.
I didn't want to, it wasn't flattering enough from my perspective. So I didn't want to wear it. So this yarn needed to be made up in something that I would wear. And I think that sweater is much more my style. So I'm going to be knitting this up. I'm going to work on my gauge swatch while I listen to the end of Murder at Half Moon Gate.
Oh, nice.
Yes, another Audible book that we were listening to on the drive up. I've listened to it before.
I was not listening to it because I was trying to finish a book that I was listening to. I was listening to The Lights Over London. It's like a historical fiction romance mystery thing.
Ooh, sounds like fun.
It was okay.
Oh, all right.
I mean, I'm pretty sure
Murder
I missed
at Half
about...
Moon Gate was good.
I'm pretty sure I missed about 2 hours in the middle of it, and it didn't really matter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Half Moon Gate is really good. It's her second book of the author whose name I can't remember. But her dialogue is good enough that my husband was repeating certain words as they came to mind. So in terms of vocabulary, it's wonderful. And it's set in Edwardian England?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. So, and it's a woman who has to earn her own living, and she does it through satirical drawings that her husband had started, but he died, and since she had run away from home to marry her first husband, the family cut her off, so she has none of the family money, so she is basically making a living with her satirical drawings.
Nice.
Yes, and she has not formally adopted, but has taken in 2 street urchins, and they seem to be happy with that. And she's getting them educated, and I think that since this is the second book in the series, I think that it will probably continue. Anyway, I can't wait to get to the end to see who did this. So we'll see. And the one Earl of Bruxford is a scientist, and he is very interested in the components of oxygen. So it's kind of that era, the beginning-ish of steam engines, that kind of thing. So I'm actually finding it very interesting.
Nice.
Yes. So I'll be working on this while I getting a gauge swatch just to get my needles. I really can't start, I think, until the 18th or the 22nd or the 26th, something like that. That's when missions start. But I can do a gauge swatch. And you can see it's just going to be a swatch. It's not going to be the sweater. But so I can get the right needles to work on and get them in my bag. So this is my bag that you got me last year.
It's the sweater along bag that is the fabric from the Knitmores that little Skein and the Big Wool did, and it's the sweater bag. It's like the super sweater bucket. It holds it says 20 skeins of yarn. I'm pretty sure we've fit more.
Yeah.
In it. It holds everything. She takes it sailing. Great. It's pretty great.
It's great. It really is great. So
if you're looking at Little Skein in the Big Wool and you're looking at their sweater bucket, it's worth the money.
It really is great. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. So also since we've been talking, I've gotten 2 knitting pattern books that have come in. I also I got an email from Pom Pom saying, well, there's a new one coming out and you really should get a subscription. So I sent off money to get a subscription. I had gone to their website to see when my present subscription ended and I couldn't figure it out. So not wanting to miss a Pom Pom magazine issue, I sent off the money and they emailed me back saying, you have 2 more issues. And I said, well, thank you very much. But I did try to check. So they reimbursed me my money and they said, we're getting a new website and you'll be able to find it on the new website. So I said, that's excellent. So Knits has come out.
By Interweave.
I do like the back, but I would want to put sleeves on it. I mean, I do like that kind of very loose, long top. Because when I'm do something with sales, I like to have my belly covered. Don't need to be shown. I love this. This is a bag.
Oh, that's amazing.
That is so cute. I think it would hold socks. It's the Dawn Fisher Moonfish bag.
It's adorable.
That is so cute. And you'd find it on www.dawn-fisher.com. That is so cute. Anyway, Elizabeth had said she likes this sweater as just a pop-it-on.
Yeah. It looks so comfortable.
It does look comfortable.
And just,
pack around.
Perfect. Well, and also perfect for, days where you're going to be in the car forever. And, just throw it on. And
see, and I like this.
That's beautiful.
To me, is another one that you could just throw on.
It's beautiful.
And be very comfortable in.
Yeah.
Then, this is one I also like. It's got a little bit of texture, if you can see. Whoops. And I think that would be great for
you thought it reminded you of my
one you just made.
Shifty.
Yes. Then
this
there's
one's
this,
lovely,
which I think is just stunning.
Yeah.
And just the use of 2 colors, a color block. This is called Cove Beach Pullover by Cheryl Toy, and then there's Acetique, which to me looks very Nantucket actually with those cables. So that's fascinating. Another reason, but for me, I think this is my summer hack-around sweater.
Yeah.
That is great. And the only reason I'm not making that is I believe it takes sport weight. Positive Ease, cotton wool blend. Oh, cotton wool blend. Yes, it's probably that stuff I have over there. So I actually have yarn. I have 2 sweater quantities of the yarn. I've got purple and I've got a blue.
Nice.
Yes. So I could do that.
Yeah.
Or the purple, whatever I reach first.
Yeah.
Then
I do like that too.
Well, I'm just trying to get there.
That's lovely.
But this is nice. You could either do a color block
this month
and make that really exciting. This looks like fun. This is a little bit more detailed than that first one that we talked about as being a pop-it-on sweater. And then there's this one that has some lovely bottom.
It's the cover.
The cover. But it has lovely bottom detail.
Yeah.
Lacy bottom detail.
Lacy hem
texture. And I'm of 2 minds about this one.
I
like the body. I'm just not sure about those sleeves as big as they are, but I bet
I think you'd
putting it on, it probably would be just fine. It's worked in the round from the lower edge to the underarm. Then they've got this as a throw on, beach cover up type of thing. Yeah, clear water cover up. So exactly my idea. And then there's actually some more back here. They put the directions kind of intermediate. When I got my magazine, I was a little concerned that there didn't seem to be that many sweaters in it. But then you go to the middle and they're talking about Afterthought heels. So the Afterthought heel is where you put in waist yarn. And so it should be called the peasant heel. And Afterthought heel is where you don't put any waist yarn in You knit your tube sock, you put it on, and then 2 inches before you really want the heel, you snip a stitch.
Thank you, Elizabeth Zimmerman.
And you kind of pull it all back. And
you pray like hell.
No, it's really not that hard. I've done it. And then you put your heel in that way. So without putting in the waist yarn. So yes, by Elizabeth Zimmerman. Love that woman. Splash of color work.
I love this entire collection. Is just
that
lovely.
I think is great.
This sweater here has a lovely Latvian braid detail that you'll be able to see probably on the other. That's a lovely shawl too.
It is. Look at this.
It's just so lovely.
Look at that. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. And then this is the shawl. Look at that.
It's just so great.
Beautiful color. And there's a couple more here. Look. Look at that. So if you're bored with your knitting for the summer, going to the beach, going on vacation, this Knits Summer 2019 has some great ideas.
Yeah.
For things that you could wear this summer, do this summer. And then they've got a couple different sock patterns doing color work.
I loved them.
Those are lobsters.
So cute. They're so cute.
Very cute. And then I think there's actually one or two more things here. No.
I don't think so.
No, but there was an ad that I liked.
No, I thought you liked it in this one.
Ah, could be. So the other book.
So the other one we got is Vogue Knitting. And this is the Spring-Summer 2019. They are also focusing on summer knits, so lacy, cotton, linen blends. One thing I wanted to point out is that there's this lovely full spread article on Louis from Brooklyn Boy Knits.
Oh, nice.
And it's an absolutely lovely interview and write-up. And then you get some beautiful photos of his designs. And
he has great designs.
And he's just lovely. He is just lovely. So that's wonderful. There is, I didn't get to read it, but there's, as per usual, a lovely article by Elizabeth Zimmerman's daughter, Meg Swanson.
Mm-hmm.
There's this, which is just so pretty, and I haven't even taken a look at it yet, but it's just called Palettes and Patterns. And I think it's just talking about creating your palette that you work with, and I just think it's lovely.
Mm-hmm.
So now, on to the patterns, because that's why we're all here. We have a lovely, delicate lace shawl.
Looks like Estonian.
Yeah. Then there's this linen eyelet design dress.
Which I think would be very comfortable in the summer. I really do.
And then there's this.
I love.
As a cover-up, I think that would be lovely on you, Mom.
I like that, yes.
Yeah. You might lose your mind at the mohair, but
Well, yeah.
This is lovely. My crochet is not up to this ability.
Neither is mine.
But it is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And then you've got this beautiful dress and this mesh top.
Yeah, the dress has mesh at the bottom.
Oh,
so
yeah. And tassels. That's actually kind of cute.
It's very cute, I think. Might look good on you.
Maybe. And then we have a section about embellishing your knits. So there's a shawl with some beads, and then there's kind of a bum hugger.
Yes.
With embroidery. And I kind of love it. I actually kind of really love it.
It's got some interesting cable work, too.
Yeah. So, that might go on a list. We'll see. You never know. And then we've got more, summer tops with some eyelet details. Mom said she liked this one.
I like the light green.
And she would add sleeves.
Try to add sleeves. And that's one of my goals for this year, is to figure out how to add sleeves to things.
And that's a lovely, drop stitch kind of pattern. Maybe some double yarn overs to make those wider sections. And then there's that beautiful color work.
Because although it's 46 degrees outside right now, summer is coming.
And then we have a drop stitch sweater, which is just not our style, but it is lovely.
It is pretty, and they use a lot of nice colors.
Yeah. And then this, I think if you, like, I just love it. It's by Amy Gunderson, and it's a knit and crochet hybrid sweater. Again, my crochet is not up to this level, but it's so pretty. I think it's so pretty. She
has great ideas.
Exactly. Like, I just think it would be phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll see. We'll see if I ever feel like I can do that. And then there's this lovely, looks like it's modularly knit. It's a boxy tee. I think I'm just mostly not a fan of the colors they chose, but I think in a different color palette it would look very nice. Then we have another eyelet-y mesh top, and then this interesting collar on this pullover.
Which I thought was fascinating.
It is. That's very you.
And I think, yes, I really like that a lot.
I could see you doing it not in a coral, but in like a navy blue with like a light blue as the dark portions instead of the inside.
Is that made in a... It says Trendsetter Yarns, but it doesn't say what it's made. Those Trendsetter yarns are made out of. Because I actually have that rayon from Droguerie in Paris that we have 2 colors in. I have to find it, but I do have the 2 colors. So that might be something.
That might be something. It is out of cotton, polyamide, and polyamide nylon. So I think the rayon could work.
Rayon could work. We'll have to test it. Now,
so
you're right, the dress is fascinating.
The dress is fascinating. So another nice mesh cover up, and then this dress.
Which I think is a real fool of the eye and draw the eye.
I love it. I don't think I would do it in those colors, but I love it. So.
And that's what's nice about being your own makers. You can choose your own colors.
Yeah. It's called, so it's by Shelley Gerber, and the description says, Gerber's tangram-esque dress is made up of 2 diamonds and 4 triangles, knit separately and seamed to form the body. Interesting. Trims are picked up and knit and seam-stitched with shaping for small cap sleeves.
Very nice.
I'm intrigued. And then what Mom was trying to mention is this, which is what Vogue has now been doing recently, is having this like flashback section. So this is actually a pattern from the Spring-Summer 1999 collection, and she loved it.
I do.
It's very you. It'd be lovely for you on the boat.
It would.
And you said you think you have yarn for it?
I think I do.
That's exciting.
But, I have a few things at your feet that I have to work through.
I understand.
So
you're talking to the girl who's carrying around like 3 sweaters quantities because I want to cast it all on.
So I've started my
swatch.
My swatch. We'll see how I do.
Okay. Oh, so I got some things. So last weekend was also Free Comic Book Day. So,
oh my!
That's why I went out to Huntington. So while in Huntington, I got tea and honey also from the Clipper Tea Shop. I think it's called Vanilla Bourbon, and then I got bourbon infused honey. I'm very excited about this. And then at Escape Pod Comics, I got some free comic books. I'm trying to pick them out. So I picked up Witch Hat Atelier, The Stranger Things, Lumberjanes, Malika, and then I picked up the, my favorite, Lady Mechanica, but it's the same story as the main book, because it's essentially just trying to get you into it, though they did have some panels from the upcoming books.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then while we were there, I also picked up Shuri, the new release trade for her, and it's a great read. So I'm excited to see what happens in the next one. And then I also picked up, so I have the first one of this, Sleepless. It's a, like, fairy tale.
Okay.
We only read the first, like, few pages of the first one, but I figured I'd get the second one because it's just so pretty. It's just so
it's gorgeous.
Beautifully drawn.
Very nice.
It's not as beautiful as, or it's not as technical or as ornate as, say, Monstrous, which I love, but it is just beautiful. And then I picked up The Prince and the Dressmaker, which I have wanted for quite a while, and it's the story about a prince and a dressmaker, because the prince would like a dress.
Oh,
and it's how
looks like
the
there are
dressmaker...
pattern pieces in it. No, I saw pattern pieces that
Probably.
you went through. Yeah.
I'll see. I haven't read it through yet, but I'm excited. Yeah. So then, while we were out there, we, as I said, we went to the tea shop and we went to the game shop. And the game shop just opened across the street from the comic book shop. And it's lovely. And I picked up Troika, which was explained to me to be like a gin rummy game.
Oh, cool.
So I thought it'd be fun for, like, 4th of July or, you know, when we all get together.
Yeah. And also bring your sushi game.
I will bring Sushi Go.
Yes.
I know how much you like Sushi Go.
I actually can do it.
I know. I thought you could play a gin rummy game.
I think I can play a gin rummy game.
That's
yes.
also why...
Gin rummy I can play.
Yeah. So, I got those. And then, my random fandom came.
Look at that!
And it's called Spyro and Sparks. So it's based off of the video game Spyro, the Purple Dragon.
Okay.
And I love it, and it makes me so happy. So
that's gorgeous.
I don't know what it's going to grow up to become, but it's going to grow up to become something.
Sounds good.
But yeah, so that is about it.
So, yeah, I've had finals, and the finals are done. We're going to be doing graduation this week, so I have graduate graduation on Wednesday, and then undergraduate graduation on Friday. I'm carrying the mace, so I'm the Grand Marshal on Wednesday night.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And on Friday, I'm reading names of the undergraduates, so I really like that. When I got the email asking me if I'd carry the mace, I said, I respectfully decline because I want to read the names. And I got an email back saying, actually, you can still do that if you carry the mace for graduate graduation. I went, I'm there. I'm good. So that is the plan at the moment.
Is carrying the mace a grand honor?
Well, yeah. Usually they have people who are retiring carry the mace. So, okay, whatever. That's fine. So I'll do that on Wednesday night, and then Friday I'm reading names, and then I can go sailing. Yay! Hopefully the boat will be in the water. We have had really wretched weather on days when we could work on the boat. So, for example, today it's just ever-present rain, and as I said, 46 degrees. So excellent weather for going out and catching pneumonia if you're going to go work outside. And the boat's been uncovered, so we could work inside the boat, no problem. But what we'd like to do is we'd like to wash and polish the hull so that we can deter it from getting as dirty as it might if it were not washed and polished, that kind of thing. So we'll have to call tomorrow and see. Maybe the yard can do it. I don't know. We'll have to see. Yeah. Because it really should get in the water soon because we can use it.
Yeah.
And I had a bunch of things I was going to talk about, and now I can't remember.
Well, when you think of them, write them down or text me.
I should.
Well,
and with any luck, since I'm going to be off a good bit of this week, maybe I can get some of the shirts made that I have, like the one with the triangles that I had showed you all before. And for those of you who are watching new, it's actually right here.
Yay! And
this pattern was a very easy pattern.
Yeah.
Much easier than the Agnes. So I'm going to be using that again. And I think that was a Tilly
and the Buttons?
Tilly and the Buttons pattern. I don't remember the exact name of it at the moment, but the pattern is downstairs. And then the other thing I want to do is clean up this knitting room.
Good luck.
Yes. I think they'll be a great, well, there's books that will be thrown out.
Nice.
Because I don't need them anymore. And
textbooks, she means.
Yes. And we will be able to put yarn in those spaces. I'm looking over the other side. And since my knee is doing a little better, I'll be able to get up on the stool and put some yarn up in some empty spaces up there. And so get it up off the floor that's in front of my feet over here.
Good.
And let's see what else. Well, over there, that's kind of dye pot kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So we need to work on your coat.
We need to work on my coat. We need to do a lot of that stuff. But I think I'm on tap to work next Saturday, so I can come out Saturday night.
Okay.
And maybe we can get the coat
moving. Yeah.
Because I'd also like to make my backpack.
All right, but we need to work together to make the coat.
Yeah.
So let's get the coat out of the dining room, and then we can work on something else. So that's a whip that needs to be worked on.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And my office at school is almost empty. Oh, we didn't bring the trains up that you got me for my birthday. So my daughter got me 2 trains for my birthday, one, and they're both N and W. And I used to work for the Norfolk and Western Railroad. It's now the Norfolk Southern, so they don't make these model trains anymore with those decals on them. So I got the 1976 commemorative caboose. So
for 1776.
Right, so it's in red, white, and blue. And then we got a covered hopper car. I'm probably not excited about it at all, but I actually was working on a project. One of the years that I was working in the research department in Roanoke that had a lot to do with covered hopper cars and a terrible winter freeze, and how are we going to get salt, road salt, to communities in Virginia. So I'm really very excited about it.
I did good.
Yes.
I was very proud of myself for finding them, and they weren't all that expensive, which was surprising because when I looked after I ordered them, the only ones I could find were mondo pricey, and I was like, I love you, but I don't love you that much.
And then I had gotten a check at my retirement party, not for a huge amount, but for kind of a delicious amount. Mm-hmm. And rather than spending it on yarn, which crossed my mind, but I decided to get an inflatable kayak. So I went onto Craigslist, and I found one up in Guilford, Connecticut. So we were on our way up to Mystic to look at a boat, and so we stopped on our way up. It was in perfect shape. It had been bought from West Marine originally, and they were offering it for half price. And I said, great. They blew it up, or actually had it blown up when we got there. And looks great. We blew it up again when we got home. It holds air. So I am now the proud owner of an inflatable kayak. So I can't wait to try that out this summer. So that'll be good. And next on my list is a folding bicycle. So one of the other faculty members at Manhattan College has a folding bicycle. She loves it. She does suggest that I go and try out the different ones.
Good.
There is a store on Long Island that has both brands I was looking at. So we can go and check that out.
Field trip.
We need to go get an oar.
Yes.
For my kayak.
You need a paddle.
Yes, I need a paddle. But we were looking in the kayak. There's actually a zipper compartment where I can put things like lunch. So I can paddle over to the beach, and I could perhaps strap my chair on in some way, shape, or form. Actually, I have a chair that will go on your back like a backpack. So I could have my chair, and I could have my lunch, and it'll be great. So we'll see. Anyway, that's a recent purchase. It's downstairs in its bag, and I'm not taking it out. But it's of course school bus yellow, but it blows up with only like 65 pumps of the foot, so it works out really. Bad. No, it's
that's
not
nicer
bad.
Than my.
Not bad at all. I can blow it up all by myself.
Yeah. I think that's also because, like, I'm trying to think, because it's not much bigger than my paddle. Like, it's no bigger than my paddleboard, but my paddleboard takes way more effort to blow up. But I think that's also because I need the rigidity to actually stand on it.
Right, and I'm only sitting
You're
in
only
this.
sitting in it, yeah.
Has a blow-up seat, an inflatable seat. The seat's
She's so excited about
holds
all
water,
of this.
holds water, holds air. I also tested my inflatable PFD, personal flotation device, so it holds air blown up by mouth, so we know it's good for another season. And then when it gets warm, I'll jump in the water and we'll set off the canister. I have a replacement canister, so we can set this one off and just have fun with it, and then get rid of it and put in the new one. So that'll be nice.
But yeah.
Can't think anything else.
I don't know of anything else except I need to get going home soon so that I can go to watch Game of Thrones.
Okay, so we will say we're going to weave in these ends.
Yep.
I was weaving in ends earlier on the hats. Please let me know if you know of a charity that I could do work for. It takes 30 to 50 yards of whatever it is. And, if they want, blanket squares or tiny hats or whatever, let me know, because I hate doing these classes where you're just making time or taking time away from projects you'd really rather work on. But if it's for charity and they can use it, I'm more than happy to do that. So I'm looking forward to seeing your suggestions. Anything else?
I think that's all.
All right, guys. We'll see you.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.